Hi, in this video I'm going to do performance testing for this full 3D scanner. I start with the mouse. The mouse can track by using the geometry mode only. So it's the only mode that this 3D scanner can do. And the second to that is the Otter. The Otter can track with the geometry, which is, I think it's mainly made for, and it also can track with the reflective markers. But it doesn't do very good job, not as good as the Raptor, because the Raptor is mainly designed for using with the blue laser, and it tracks with the marker, and it do that very well. But it also comes with the NIR, which I will test this today. They have improved the performance of this NIR, and it's tracked much better than before. And the last one is the Ferret. Ferret is similar to the Otter. It's mainly designed for tracking with the geometry, but it can also track with the non-reflective markers. But in this video, I'm not going to use any marker, so you can see the difference between the four scanners, which one tracks better, which one gives better result. And the testing object today is this water gun. You see in the front it has a lot of feature, curvature and extrusion, so that I think all of this 4 3D scanner can track the front part very well, but in the water tank part it's smooth and symmetry, so I don't think any of the 4 scanner can track this part. So I will use a decoy, a small cube, and laying it on the flat table so that it can help tracking on the water tank part with smooth surface. So I will make 2 scans. I scan this side, top side, and then I flip over and scan the other side, which is look very similar. The difference is that screw holes here, and then I will merge them so that you can see which scanner be able to scan this completely and can remerge 2 scans together. And then I will compare the result in the end of the video. The object is a bright color, so we use the black side of the turntable. That it won't be captured, especially with the mouse, so I don't have to erase it. I use the white color cube. Put a little bit more on the water tank area. I start with the mouse. Okay, it's done. Okay, most second scan. Okay, it's done for the moose. One, two, and 3. Okay, align, Okay. Next, I'm going to do 4 steps here. Click on process. Advanced, I'm gonna use 0.25. Click on apply. Okay, here's the result from the mouse. 0.25 millimeter resolution. Okay, next Raptor. I choose infrared mode. Medium geometry. The preview from the Raptor is not, much of the detail, but scan fast. Shift right click. I think the point is too big, isn't it? It's quite big, but that has to be this big. This one is incomplete. I didn't know that. It's quite difficult to see the preview. Okay, here's a point cloud, 4 million. I measured 4 million. Okay, here's the result from the Raptor X. Okay, Otter medium geometry and disable flat base. I think the capture area is a little bit bigger than moose for the medium mode. Okay, flip over. Second scan for the Otter. and scan 2. Here's the Otter. 1, 1, 2, 2, and the last one, 3. Start. Yes. Exit merging. Fill the holes. Okay, here's the result from the Otter. Okay, next I scan with the Ferret Pro. Medium mode geometry, high quality, exclude flat base. So Ferret second scan. Center. Uh, 2.6 million. Fill the hole. Okay. Okay, let's take a look end result of the 3D scan. Start with the ferret. Ferret can track this object, but it has some difficulty. When I reach the end of the water tank, translate from one side to the other. For the tracking performance, the ferret can do this job, but it's not the best. The black color scanning, if you look in the eyes area is scanned. It can only produce 0.3 millimeter highest resolution. So this is the best that the ferret can do. And if you look closely, you will see that there is a seam line from merging the two scans together, which means that Creality scanner using the NIR has lesser of the precision. So when you merge the two scans together, it will have a different geometry and it cannot merge seamlessly. You see the seam lines along the edge of the two scans that are merging together. See this line. Okay, next I move to second scanner, the Otter. Okay, if you look here and comparing the Otter and the Ferret, Otter gave a much smoother surface. It was it was fusing with the 0.25mm resolution. And if you look into the eyes area, the Otter can scan black color much better than the Ferret. See the eyes and the strip of the fish, they're all scanned, and it gives a very smooth surface comparing with the Ferret. Get a rougher surface in the black area. If you look at the detail near the trigger, see it's all scanned inside of the trigger housing, and for the Ferret also. But the Otter does the better job. It's more complete. And if you look at the sharpness of the scan, the Otter gives a sharper detail than the Ferret. The water bottle area, dark blue color, the surface is a little rough here, about the same as the Ferret. And you will also see the seam line from the two scan merging. See here, seam line. This is because the Otter also suffer from the lower precision in the NIR mode. See here, these two scan merging together with a different geometry. It gives a seam line. It's quite pronounced here, this area. And also, if you look at the fish head, see the seam line is quite large. This is why the Otter cannot merge the eggs when I made a 3D scan test for the precision. And for the scanning experience, the Otter can track this object very well. It's the fastest scanner that can scan this object. Very easy to scan and track. The third scanner, the Raptor, I would say the Raptor detail is lower than the Otter. It's quite pronounced, and it doesn't do well with the black color. See the eyes almost missing. It can scan black color, but not as good as the Otter. I think it's comparable to the Ferret, even though I fuse this point cloud with 0.25. I think it gives the same resolution as the Ferret. See the circular holes here. It's very sharp with the Otter, but for the Raptor NIR is quite mushy, and it also has the same effect roughly from the Creality NIR, lower precision, so it's cannot merge without the seam line. So there is a seam line here, and also here on the head. Let me change the lighting, and also the seam line here on the top is quite a lot. So all this scan, I didn't do any post-processing or smoothing. It's out of scanner result. So you can see here, there's artifacts here. You can repair this, but it's gonna take a long time. For the Otter, I think it's much easier to repair for the seam line. And for the blue water bottle area, it's the same as the Otter. Seam line here. So one scan can scan a ball larger than the second scan. So when it merges, you see the seam line. Okay, and look at the trigger housing. Yeah, it's all scanned. If I compare this to the Ferret, comparing Ferret with the Raptor NIR, I think the Raptor is just a little bit sharper, but the precision is lower than the Ferret. You see, it has more seam line than the Ferret. As I said before, you can occasionally use the Raptor NIR doing a face scan, body scan, but you shouldn't use it for reversing in CAD. Definitely not a good idea. Okay, alright, let's move to 3D scanner from the other manufacturer, the Moose. I don't do a sponsor video. None of the scanner manufacturer pay me or sponsor the video, any of my video. So I can mix the review result from one manufacturer to another manufacturer. They can't tell me that I can't do that. So comparison is good for consumer like you, because when they see their negative outcome, the manufacturer should listen and improve their product. Okay, let's take a closer look at the result from the Moose. The surface is smooth and it's sharp. I mean, if I take a look here, there's some artifacts, but it's sharp. If I look here, comparing, yeah, it's even sharper than the Otter. Let me turn this off, the Raptor, and I move the Otter closer to the Moose. So this will be number 1 and number 2. Which one is better? For the Moose, it's sharp. which one is sharper. I think it's about the same sharpness, but the Otter has lesser noise than the Moose. And if you look at the eyes, the Moose cannot scan any of the black eyes because it has a lower dynamic range, so it cannot scan black and white in the same object. So black is not scanned because I set the exposure for scanning the lighter color, so the black is not captured. Unlike the Otter, with the auto exposure, it captures both the light and the darker color without any interference from the user. If you look here, you see that the Otter might look better, smoother and cleaner. But if you look at the seam line, there is no seam line from the Moose at all, because this scanner has a higher precision than the Otter. See, there is no seam line at any point. Zero seam line. See, in the bottles, no seam line. In the bottom, no seam line. The tracking, you need to move slowly to be able to make this scan. And sometimes I have a stutter, the screen stutter, and I need to restart the software several times to resolve the issue. So I think this is their software issue, and they should be addressing this. I give it the third position for the tracking performance. The best one would be the Otter. Second will be the Raptor NIR. And the third position will be the Moose. The fourth position will be the Ferret. For the precision, the Moose is the best 3D scanner that can do markerless tracking with the highest precision. Okay, my video is to show what each of the scanner can do and cannot do, and it's your decision if you want to consider which one that fit your requirement. Alright, there's a bit of texture from the structure light from the Moose. I think that the reason that the Moose get a higher precision because it uses structure light in the multiple lines. So line structure lights can detect depth with higher precision than the dots, because the Creality NIR, they use dots, small dots, and that's why they can capture black color well and they can track very fast. But there's a drawback that they has to sacrifice precision. And if you look at the trigger housing, yeah, in this area it's not scanned. See here, it's not scanned. I don't know why. It's supposed to be able to scan, but probably the projection angle, so it's not captured. I try to scan this part. The projector lights cannot get in. I don't know why. Okay, I hope that you get the information that you need to know between these 4 3D scanners. Thanks you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.